QuadQuiz!
Brought to you by Math with Sir Lester. There are 3 questions for this video, and you are to answer them in 15 seconds each. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1. X squared minus 6x equals 0. Which coefficient is not present in this equation? The answer is the constant c. With this, aside from the quadratic formula, which of these 3 methods is easiest to be used in solving the roots of this given equation? And we are going to use here factoring. Now, what should be the roots of this given quadratic equation? The roots are 0 and positive 6. Did you get 3 over 3? If not, please continue viewing this video. We can solve the roots of this given equation in many different forms. We could even use the quadratic formula. But for the classification of which method aside from the quadratic formula, there's a specific method that could be used here, given the understanding of the correct coefficients. Our coefficients here are a equals 1. The b coefficient is a coefficient of x, which is negative 6. And c is not there, so it's 0. Look at this given here. C, or the constant, is not around or is equal to 0. If ever your quadratic equation is with c equals 0, you can use this method here, the method of factoring this given quadratic equation, or more specifically, the common monomial factoring. Because even if c is not around, let's say c is given, and if ever the equation is factorable, we can still use the factoring. But for this case, if c is equal to 0, the specific type of factoring that we could use here is the common monomial factoring. Let's have this equation again. X squared minus 6x is equal to 0. Okay, so we are going to take the common factor here, which is x. So when you take out x, the first term will be left with x, and the second term is just minus 6 equal to 0. So the factors of x squared minus 6x is x and the binomial x minus 6. Now, this is only true. Look at the equation. This will only be equal to 0 according to the zero factor or zero product property if 1 or both of the factors is equal to 0. In symbolic form, this is only true if 1, it may be x or x minus 6, or both of them are equal to 0. Equal to 0. That is what we meant by the zero factor property or the zero product property. Again, we are using that because we took the factors. Okay, so first step, we factor them out using the common monomial factoring, and we apply the zero factor, or also known as zero product property, which again tells us that the entire equation is equal to 0 if one of the factors or both of them are equal to 0. And then we solve them independently. Of course, this is already equal to 0. So this is your first root. For your second root, you're going to solve the second equation. So move it here. You will have a result of x is equal to positive 6. And that is your second root. In short, the roots of this given quadratic equation using factoring are 0 and 6. So we are using this, or we did this because it's C that is equal to 0, and it's easier for us to do this one. So this is the answer using factoring for this QuadQuiz. Subscribe now.